Hi, welcome to my video. My name is Linda and today I'm going to be sharing with you the Welcome Easter stamp set. Lots of things I used today, mainly the Brights collection. So I've used the Brights DSP for the flags, and there you can see I've just done a random selection of flags because I wanted to do like a rainbow effect without being in the rainbow colours, and I trimmed those all to 10 centimetres, 4 inches by 6 inches, which is 15 and a bit centimetres. And I did that because the Brights DSP is actually 6 by 6, so it just made sense to cut at 10 centimetres or 4 inches. Each and every one got trimmed down, and those spare bits there on the left, they're going to be used for the letters and for the little flowers. So I put them into an order. This is my die set. Unfortunately, it's not a Stampin' Up set because Stampin' Up don't have a large enough set that I wanted. So I just bought one of these off the shelf, and they're 1.5 inches by 1.5 or 4 centimetres by 4 centimetres. They work brilliant for what I wanted, and you know, that's what it's all about, isn't it? So I'm putting them onto my die trimmer, my die cutter. Be careful when you do this because I wanted the letters to match the actual DSP flag. So it's really important that you have the DSP the right way up and in the right colour order. As you can see, they cut out beautifully. So this is the small bloom punch, which I managed to get free from the A Bration catalogue, which was fantastic. And I bought the stamp set too, which was great. We're not using the stamp set today, but just the punch. So I've punched out 11 flowers in the DSP plus 2 extras for the bunny, and I've also punched out 13 white flowers as well, because they're going to be the background, just to make them pop. So I used a template to cut out all the flags, which I found so much easier. The template is 5 centimetres across by 10 centimetres up, which makes the flag. And using Memento ink, I double stamped the bunny rabbit, so stamped once for the main outline and stamped lightly for the flag outline. And that's because I'm going to be doing a 3D effect and sticking the bunny colouring and sticking the bunny rabbit on the top. Just put a little bunny booby on there and a happy Easter. So this is the centre flag, and you can make this however you like. The Welcome Easter set has a wonderful collection of little creatures, and you could use any of those. So I'm just going to do a little bit of, don't know what you call this really, gentle inking on the edge. I bought some brushes off eBay, and they're absolutely wonderful. They're quick, they're efficient, they were cheap. All links to everything I'll put in the bottom. Let's hope I don't forget, because I have been known to. So with the centre, I just want it to have a little cloudy effect. So I'm not too worried about how ugly it looked in the middle, but as long as when I cut the bunny rabbit out, it looked nice. I've used varying degrees of Stampin Blends. This is the Mint Macaron. I've used all the darks and all the lights of the ones I have done. Mint Macaron for the grass, and I'm just going to have a quick look now. So Flirty Flamingo for the little pink bits, and Crumb Cake for his third colour. And I've just had a whale of a time. I'm not a professional blender, but I do enjoy it, and I do enjoy sort of like putting that little light in the centre. Just looks great, doesn't it? I love alcohol markers. I've had various others in the past, but these are by far my most favourite. I really enjoy using the brush on these Stampin Blends. Cannot recommend them enough. So I've coloured him in, or her in, the way I wanted, and I've cut very close to the black edge. As you can see, there's a couple of white areas where I haven't quite trimmed close enough, so I'm just going to hide those using the Memento marker pen. And using the brush nib, I've just brushed around the edge. It's quite nice because it gives it a nice dark edge look, and takes away those light edges. Just cutting out wiggledy woggledy for the grass. It really didn't matter. I wasn't doing anything specific. I just liked the effect. So now we're going to stick it all down. I am using dimensionals and varying different types of dimensional. I'm using the large, the small, and the strips. What do they call them? Mini strips? No, what do they call them? Sorry, I'm just having a little look now. They call those foam adhesive strips, and actually they've come out. I use those more than I thought I would. I bought them just because I could, and I use them a lot, so I'm quite pleased with that. So I'm just sticking everything down, looking so cute. Look at it. The 3D aspect just made it pop, and I'm so pleased with that. I'm just using a shimmer pen. Stampin' Up! Used the Wink of Stella. I'm just using up what I had previously, but I just like the finish on it, and you'll see in a minute it glimmers beautifully. So I'm very happy with my little bunny. I forgot a nose, so I'm just going to stick a nose on. Now, I videoed this twice because the first time I did the bunny rabbit, I got a phone call halfway through, and unfortunately it cut off, so I had to do another one, which is why the nose is going on there and not earlier, if that makes sense. So now all I'm going to do is stick down all the letters to make Happy Easter. I've used a punch here, which is the Everyday Label punch, and if I was honest, I think it's probably the most used punch I own. Absolutely love it. It's so versatile, and I would recommend that as a punch for anybody. Love it. So I've done my Happy Easter, just finishing my H, and as you can see, the colours on the DSP match the colour of the flag, and I don't know, it's just my OCD maybe, but it was my preference. So now I'm just going to quickly do all of the flowers. Now I've made the flowers pop a little bit to give them the 3D effect. So I just bought a little bit of art foam from the art shop as a sort of like tool, you know. And then using my Picket tool and the biggest little bobble, I just sort of like scrunch the centre, and they just naturally round up and become 3D. It's so cute. And then I just work through every single one of them. So I did actually do a spare, I did 14 in the end. As you can see, I'm using my gem picket for picking up those little flowers there, because they became a little fiddly and my fingers became very gluey. So finally, just sticking on some clear gems for the centre, just for that little final sparkle. This is actually going to be one of my workshops, so looking forward to making this with the ladies that want to come. That'll be my next workshop after half term. I got a different one with the children. Just hole punching, and luckily the 10 centimetres fits the hole punch like a treat. Don't know how that worked. Yeah, I did plan it because I just wanted them to sit nicely. So finishing off then, I'm now going to stick down my 3D Happy Easters. As you can see, I don't waste any of these dimensionals. I've trimmed up the edge. I've seen this tip with other Stampin' Up! Demonstrators, and don't ever waste anything. So just stick all those down now, and all the way to the end. I'm just wondering whether to put music on for you here. It might be worth it. Here we go. So we're moving on now. I'm using braided linen trim for the hanging string, and I'm measuring the length of my board, and the length of my board is 42 centimetres. So I know that if I do so many, I'll get 2 meters, but actually I pulled out 2 meters worth, just so that you know. It's a nice, respectable length for a bit of bunting, don't you think? And then I'm threading, and be careful when you thread. You thread in, then out, so that the actual trim is behind your design. Then just keep going until you've threaded your whole banner. Don't forget to put the little bunny in the middle, so it's the divider between Happy and Easter. And that's it. A beautiful Easter bunting. Simple to make, not over expensive either. The DSP is very, very good value. You get a good variety of colours. I have the subtles and I have the brights now. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, and come and watch another one another time.